Welcome to our in-depth analysis of Palantir Technologies Inc., ticker symbol PLTR. In this video, we'll break down the latest technical signals, price action, and what traders should watch for in the coming sessions. Whether you're a long-term investor or a short-term trader, understanding the current landscape is crucial for making informed decisions. We'll start with a general overview, then move through price volume dynamics, technical indicators, and finally actionable scenario. Let's dive in and see what the numbers are telling us about PLTR's current position and future outlook. PLTR recently closed at 187.9, showing signs of consolidation after a period of volatility. The risk thermometer analysis reveals a beta of 1.03, indicating that PLTR is more volatile than the overall market. The risk-reward ratio stands at 1.06, suggesting a balanced risk-return profile. Notably, the 52-week position is at 88.22, confirming that the stock is trading close to its yearly high of 207.52. The technical score is moderately bullish at 73.8. But the trend strength score of 0.222 and an ADX of 15.02 both point to a weakening trend and lack of strong directional movement. Looking deeper, the Arun up at 92 signals recent bullish strength, but the Arun oscillator at 57.14 hints at possible exhaustion. Moving averages are mixed, with the MA alignment at 1 reflecting conflicting signals across different timeframes. Williams %R at -51.5 and CCI at 8.7 both suggest neutral momentum with a slight bearish bias. These indicators together paint a picture of a stock that's lost some of its recent upward momentum and is now in a wait-and-see phase. Volume analysis reveals a significant divergence that requires attention. The current price of 187.9 is trading well above the VWAP of 51.54, with a VWAP diff % of 264.55. This suggests the price is overextended relative to its average traded price. Unbalanced volume, OBV, and accumulation distribution, AD, both indicate strong buying pressure and accumulation, but the volume acceleration at 0.305 shows that the intensity of buying is slowing down. This combination can sometimes signal a volume trap where price rises are not supported by sustainable buying interest. Despite the slowing volume acceleration, indicators like ADOSC and Chaikin oscillator confirm positive money flow. Relative volume at 1.38 points to moderate activity and dollar volume at over 14 billion shows substantial capital is involved in PLTR trading. However, the combination of high price above VWAP and slowing volume hints that the recent rally may lack the necessary support to continue, raising caution for traders looking to chase the move higher. Examining moving averages, the current price trades below key short-term averages like SMA 5 and SMA 10, but remains above longer-term averages such as SMA 50 and SMA 200. This mixed alignment is echoed in the EMAs, with short-term EMAs above the current price and longer-term EMAs below. Advanced averages like TEMA, DEMA, and WMA are also above the current price, indicating short-term bearish pressure. However, MAMA is significantly above FAMA, which still confirms an overall uptrend, albeit with recent weakening. Bollinger Bands show the price is near the middle band, with the upper band at 203.22 and the lower at 168.37. The BB width is narrow, indicating reduced volatility. The MACD is positive at 5.13, but the MACD momentum is negative, suggesting that while there is bullish momentum, it's weakening. The MACD histogram at 0.481 supports this view, showing a loss of strength in the recent uptrend. RSI values are hovering around neutral, with RSI 14 at 51.93 and RSI 21 at 53.73. Stock RSI-K is at 0, indicating oversold conditions, while stock RSI-D at 45.25 suggests a possible bounce. The stochastic oscillators show mixed momentum, with some values pointing to bearish divergence. This combination implies that while the stock is not overbought, there is a risk of further downside unless momentum picks up. Momentum indicators such as Momentum 10 at 12.41 and ROC 14 at 5.49 show positive momentum, but the overall momentum score is decelerating. Price acceleration is negative at -9.91, and volatility measures like ATR 14 at 8.66 and an ATR 14 at 4.61 indicate moderate volatility. These signals suggest that while the trend has been positive, it is losing steam and volatility is not high enough to support a strong breakout. Trend indicators like ADX at 15.02 and ADXR at 13.72 confirm a weakening trend. The ultimate oscillator at 54.83 and Arun up at 92 show some bullishness, but the Arun oscillator at 57.14 and trend quality index at 40.79 point to exhaustion. Hidden signals such as TRIX10 at 0.506 and EOM at -0.582 suggest positive momentum is slowing and upward movement is becoming more difficult. The MAMA FAMA spread at 9.35 confirms trend strength but hints at potential exhaustion. Linear regression analysis provides a statistical perspective. The Lin-Reg slope at 0.386 indicates a strong upward trajectory, while the intercept at 163.1 represents the theoretical baseline. The R-squared value of 0.338 shows a moderate correlation between price and time. The predicted price is 188.21, just above the current price, and the deviation is minimal. This suggests that PLTR is trading slightly below its statistical expectation, hinting at a potential mean reversion upward if momentum returns. Based on the previous close at 187.9 and a mix of weakening momentum indicators, the next trading session is likely to open between 187.5 and 188. There is a gap-down risk due to negative MACD momentum and price acceleration, but oversold stock RSI conditions could trigger a short-term bounce toward 188.5. The pivot point at 186.48 serves as a psychological support level, and traders should watch for early volatility as the market digests these signals. Key resistance levels for PLTR include resistance 1 at 191.74, the 52-week high at 207.52, and the Bollinger Band upper at 203.22. On the downside, support 1 is at 182.63, with the pivot point at 186.48 and BB lower at 168.37. Current price sits just below the nearest resistance and slightly above the nearest support, suggesting a tight trading range. Intraday volatility is expected between 186 and 189.5, with a potential breakdown toward 182.63 if selling pressure increases. Average true range, ATR 14 at 8.66 suggests that PLTR's average daily price range is about 8.66 points. Applying this to the previous close gives a potential high of 196.56 and a potential low of 179.24. However, considering the current momentum and overbought indicators, the actual trading range may contract to between 185 and 192. Volatility breakout at 1.05 indicates that unless resistance at 191.74 is breached, the stock is likely to remain range-bound. A bullish scenario, if volume sustains above 60 million and the price breaks above the key resistance at 191.74, a rally toward the 52-week high of 207.52 could be triggered. Confirmation would come from an expanding MACD histogram and RSI holding above 60. This setup would signal renewed buying interest and the potential for a strong upward move, but only if volume and momentum indicators align. On the bearish side, if PLTR fails to break resistance at 191.74 and volume drops below 40 million, a pullback to the pivot point at 186.48 or even support 1 at 182.63 is likely. Bearish confirmation would come from an RSI drop below 50 and a MACD signal line crossover. This scenario suggests that sellers could regain control, especially if momentum continues to weaken and volume dries up. Neutral scenario would see PLTR consolidating between 185 and 190, with decreasing volume as technical indicators reset. This range-bound movement would allow the market to digest recent gains and losses, setting the stage for a potential breakout or breakdown once new momentum emerges. Probability-weighted, the neutral scenario currently stands at 20%, with traders watching for a decisive move in either direction. Based on the current alignment of indicators, the probability-weighted outlook for PLTR is as follows: bullish scenario at 35%, bearish scenario at 45%, and neutral scenario at 20%. This reflects the current technical weakness and the risk of a pullback, but also acknowledges the potential for a bounce if oversold conditions trigger renewed buying. Traders should adjust their strategies according to these probabilities and remain flexible as new data emerges. Most important levels for PLTR in the near term are resistance at 191.74 and support at 186.48. These levels will likely define the trading range and serve as triggers for larger moves if breached. Monitoring volume and the MACD histogram will be crucial for confirming any breakout or breakdown. Staying alert to these technical signals can help traders manage risk and capitalize on emerging trends. Technical score for PLTR stands at 73.8, supporting a neutral bias. While the stock is near its yearly high, the combination of weakening momentum, mixed moving averages, and slowing volume acceleration suggests caution. Traders should be wary of chasing the price higher without confirmation from volume and momentum indicators. The current setup favors patience and careful monitoring over aggressive positioning. In summary, PLTR is showing signs of technical exhaustion with price below key short-term averages and decelerating momentum. While risk-reward remains balanced and money flow is positive, the risk of a volume trap and weakening trend cannot be ignored. Key levels at 191.74 and 186.48 will be critical for the next move. Traders should monitor volume, sustainability, and MACD histogram closely, as these will provide the clearest signals for the next trend direction. Stay cautious and adapt as new information unfolds.